The story kicks off with all the animals gathering together because Simba called them. He makes a big announcement. A new member is joining the pride soon. Everyone goes wild with excitement because Simba's wife Nala is pregnant and about to give birth. Meanwhile, we see Nala, who has wandered far from home looking for a safe spot to have her baby. She finds one and waits for Simba. Back with Simba, he's waiting for someone, and in walk Timon and Pumbaa. He called his old childhood buddies because he needs someone to watch his daughter Kiara. He looks at them and says, "Take good care of Kiara. Don't scare her and don't fill her head with your crazy stories." Then he kneels down to Kiara and says, "Sweetie, I'm going to go find your mom. I'll be back soon. Stay with Timon and Pumbaa until I return." And just like that, he's gone. Now a massive storm rolls in and Kiara gets scared. But the second Simba leaves, Timon and Pumbaa start running their mouths, bragging about how they took down some enemy together. Kiara's not buying it. She says, "Dad's the one who did that." They fire back, "Your dad's a liar. He made that up." Just then, Rafiki shows up. Kiara lights up and runs straight to him, saying her mom and dad left her. Rafiki calms her down and says, "Your dad didn't leave you. He'll be back in a little while." Then, Rafiki starts telling Kiara the story of Mufasa, her grandfather. And right here is where the real story begins. We're shown that where Mufasa lives, there's a brutal drought. No water, no food, no prey anywhere. Everything is dry and barren. One day, while Mufasa is playing with his parents, he looks up and asks his mom, Afia, "Mom, what's that light over there?" She smiles and says, "That's hope. Beyond that light, past the very last cloud, there's a place called Malele. It has food, water, everything you could ever need." Mufasa asks, "Are we going to go there?" Afia says, "Yes, one day we will." Right then, dark clouds roll in and it starts to pour. All the animals go crazy with joy. They're dancing in the rain. Mufasa joins in. But suddenly the river starts rising fast and a violent flood hits. Mufasa's dad sprints to save him, but the current sweeps them both away. His dad barely manages to throw Mufasa toward the riverbank. Mufasa scrambles to get back to his mom, but there's a huge gap in the ground blocking his path. His mom keeps yelling at him to jump, but fear locks him up. Then out of nowhere, an elephant bumps right into him, knocking Mufasa straight into the river. The current takes him far, far from home. The next day, Mufasa wakes up miles away in a place he's never seen before. A young lion cub named Taka spots him and warns, "Hey, if you stay here, something's gonna eat you." Almost immediately, two crocodiles charge at Mufasa. He runs for his life. Taka tries to help, but then Taka's mom shows up and saves them both. Taka begs his mom to let Mufasa stay with them. She says no at first, but Taka keeps pushing, and she gives in, deciding to raise Mufasa like her own son. When they get home, though, Taka's dad Obasi shuts it down hard. He says, "We don't trust strangers. Blood is the only real bond. We kill intruders." He tells Mufasa to get out. But Mufasa stands his ground and fires back. "If I run, you won't even catch me. I'm the fastest cub in the world." Obasi, half amused and half challenged, sets up a race. If Taka wins, Mufasa leaves. If Mufasa wins, he gets to stay. The race starts and both of them go all out. But halfway through, Mufasa starts fading. He hasn't eaten in days and he's running on empty. On the way back, Taka pulls ahead. But here's the thing. In his heart, Taka already thinks of Mufasa as his brother. So he deliberately slows down and lets Mufasa cross the finish line first. Mufasa wins the race. Obasi is furious and lays into Taka for it. But a deal's a deal. Mufasa gets to stay. The catch? He has to live with the lionesses, not the male lions. Obasi storms off. But Taka's mom quietly gives Taka a proud smile for what he did. Then Taka and Mufasa go off and just have fun. Years fly by. The two of them grow up together, running around, playing, getting into trouble. One day on their way home, they cook up a prank. They come sprinting in yelling, "Elephant stampede! They're heading this way! Run for your lives!" Every single lion panics. Even the big tough Obasi goes scrambling to find somewhere to hide. Then everyone realizes it was a joke. Obasi loses it. He gets in Mufasa's face and says, "You and Taka will never be brothers. You don't belong here. Your place is with the females. Then he pulls Taka aside and says, Son, you're a man. Your place is with us. You're the future. One day you're going to be king. You'll have everything. But Taka pushes back. He says Mufasa gets to go hunting with Mom and he wants to learn too. Obasi shuts him down and goes to sleep. On the other side, Taka's adoptive mom Isha is out teaching Mufasa how to hunt, how to read the wind, how to track scents. They're both crouched down, creeping toward prey. Taka is hiding nearby watching them, wishing he could be out there too. But then danger rolls in from the other direction. Two massive, deadly white lions show up to hunt in the same spot, and they're moving straight toward Isha and Mufasa. Isha senses something's off. She signals Mufasa, and he spots them too. Taka sees them and freezes in fear. Then the white lions drop the prey and go straight for Isha. Mufasa charges in alone and takes on both of them. One of them pins Isha down. Mufasa hits that lion with everything he's got, sends him flying into a tree, dead on impact. The second lion books it out of there. Mufasa and Isha limp home, both hurt. Obasi is shocked and asks what happened. Isha tells him everything. She says, 2 white lions attacked us. If Mufasa wasn't there, I'd be dead. And Taka, he ran. Taka is hit hard by that. He feels sick about it. He left his own mom in danger. Mufasa says, we need to be ready. They'll be back. The wind is already telling me they'll be here within a day. Obasi doesn't believe him and sends one of his scouts to check out the white lion's territory. We then cut to the white lion's camp. The one who got away is there, and the lion Mufasa killed was Kiros's son. Kiros is absolutely out of his mind with rage. He's so furious he even has his own surviving lion killed for failing to protect his son. Obasi's scout watches all of this from the shadows, then hauls back and tells Obasi, they're coming, fast, and each one of their lions is worth 2 of ours. Obasi makes a tough call right then and there. To protect his bloodline, he tells Taka, get out of here, go find a new place, start fresh. Then he tells Mufasa to go with him, but Mufasa refuses. He doesn't want to leave Isha. Isha looks at him and points to that same distant light she showed him long ago. She says, look at that light. Past the dark valleys, farther than your eyes can see, there's a glorious land, like heaven. It's called Milele. Your real family is still waiting for you there. You need to go. She then turns to Taka, who's still carrying his guilt and shame, and says, your moment to be brave is coming. But right now, both of you need to leave. So Taka and Mufasa head out, holding on to hope. And just minutes after they're gone, Kiros shows up with his whole army and wipes out Obasi and every last member of the Pride. Now Kiros goes after Mufasa and Taka. He's not stopping until the one who killed his son is dead. They run with everything they've got, but Kiros just won't let up. Then a massive ravine opens up in front of them. They're completely surrounded. Kiros is about to strike, and that's when Taka grabs Mufasa and jumps into the ravine. They catch a branch on the way down and think they're safe, but when they look back, Kiros and his crew have jumped into the water below and are still coming. So the two of them just let go and get swept away by the current, and for now, they've shaken Kiros. That night, Taka is going on and on about how he's the one who saved Mufasa's life. Mufasa is listening and honestly thinks Taka is losing it. Then suddenly Mufasa gets this feeling. Someone's been following them. Turns out a sharp lioness named Sarabi has been tracking both of them for an entire day without either of them noticing. She has a bird with her named Zazu. She joins the group. They're all starving, so they head out to hunt. Meanwhile, we cut to a big tree where a troop of monkeys lives, and we see a young Rafiki. Now this whole time, Rafiki has been telling Kiara this story. Here's where Rafiki himself becomes part of it. His own troop kicked him out because he could see danger coming in his dreams. He'd warned everyone something bad was on the way. Nobody listened. They thought he was crazy. Then the very next night, a cheetah attacked the troop. Instead of realizing Rafiki was right, they blamed him for bringing bad luck and threw him out. So now Rafiki is on his own, walking alone. Then Rafiki crosses paths with Mufasa, who set up an ambush to hunt. Mufasa steps out to charge, and Rafiki doesn't even flinch. Mufasa is thrown off. He tries to intimidate him again. Still nothing. Finally, Mufasa says, "We're lions. We'll eat you. Aren't you scared?" Rafiki just smiles and says, "I'm not scared of anybody, and if you eat me, you'll never make it to Milele." The second Mufasa hears that word, Milele, he stops cold. He asks, "How do you know about Milele? Have you been there?" Rafiki says, "Yeah, I've been there. Many times. In my dreams." Nobody believes him, but Mufasa decides to follow him anyway, because he knows Rafiki might be the only one who can get them there. Rafiki leads them forward. Eventually, they hit the dark valleys, a big obstacle. Everyone's trying to figure out how to get through. Then Mufasa remembers what his mom told him about those valleys. He figures out the route. Then he senses through the wind that the white lions are still on their trail and gaining on them fast. So they push through the valleys, moving and making the best of it. Along the way, Taka catches serious feelings for Sarabi. He comes to Mufasa and says, "Bro, I'm head over heels for this girl. I need help." Mufasa tells him, "Go talk to her about the flowers from her hometown." Taka walks straight up to Sarabi and says, "You smell like bakar flowers." She's surprised. "How'd you know that?" Taka plays it cool. "I can figure things out just by picking up a scent." Sarabi is genuinely impressed and starts opening up to him. Then, as they reach the top of the valley, a massive herd of elephants cuts off their path, just standing there blocking the way. At the same time, Kiros and his army come up from behind, closing in to finish Mufasa. Everyone is terrified. Mufasa begs the elephants for help, but not one of them moves. Then Sarabi uses her head. She knocks a beehive down from a tree. Bees swarm the elephants and set off a massive stampede. Kiros and his crew are scattered and forced back. But in all the chaos, Sarabi falls from the tree and gets slammed by a charging elephant, knocked completely unconscious. Taka freezes. He could have saved her. He just stands there. Mufasa dives in and drags her into a ditch, saving her life. Kiros, blocked off, goes looking for another way in. Meanwhile, Rafiki falls out of a tree and that's where he finds his mysterious walking stick. Sarabi has been out for a while, so Rafiki uses his chance to bring her around. The second she opens her eyes, she asks, "Who saved me?" Mufasa says, "Taka did." Taka is completely stunned. Sarabi starts to really like him. Everyone gets moving again. Milele is close now. Zazu flies behind and drops snow to cover their tracks, so Kiros and his crew completely lose the trail. When Sarabi sees that, she's so happy she hugs Mufasa. Taka doesn't like that one bit. Then Rafiki slips and falls, and Mufasa catches him and carries him on his back. Right there, Sarabi puts it all together. The one who saved her wasn't Taka. It was Mufasa. She goes to him and says, "I know it was you. You're the one who reads the wind. That means you told Taka about the flowers, and you pulled me out of that stampede." Mufasa tries to brush it off, but Sarabi won't let it go. He finally comes clean. "Yeah, I saved you. But Taka's my brother. He saved my life once. I can't do him like that." Then a romantic moment happens between them, and Taka sees it from a distance. He completely breaks. His dad's old words start echoing in his head. "Outsiders will take everything from you." All that jealousy, all that insecurity, all those years of feeling like he was never enough. It all comes crashing down at once. He thinks Mufasa betrayed him and starts walking away. Then the ice under his feet breaks and he falls down the mountain. When he lands, he can hear voices. It's Kiros's army, and they're completely lost. Right then, something dark clicks in Taka's head. He walks straight up to Kiros and says, "The one who killed your son wasn't me. It was Mufasa. He's the one who's been outplaying you at every turn. And I'm the only one who can take you straight to him, because I want payback too. He took the girl I loved." Kiros and Taka shake on it. The next morning, Taka strolls back like nothing happened. Mufasa asks where he was. Taka says, "Went hunting," and moves on. But while everyone walks forward, Taka is secretly leaving a trail of marks on the ground so Kiros can follow them straight to Milele. And then they make it. They reach Milele. and it is everything they ever dreamed of. Green valleys everywhere, wildflowers in every direction, the air filled with the most amazing scent. Nobody can believe their eyes. They're all just overwhelmed. Rafiki finds the exact tree from his dreams, the one he's been seeing his whole life. Mufasa says to him, "The brother you always saw standing by this tree, where is he?" Rafiki smiles and says, "My real brother got separated from me when I was little, but the brother I kept seeing in my dreams, standing right here, that was you, Mufasa. And today, that dream finally came true." All the animals of Milele start gathering around them. They recognize Mufasa. He was the little cub who got swept away in the flood all those years ago. But the moment is cut short. Kiros crashes in with his full army and surrounds Mufasa on all sides. He laughs and says, "Your own brother led us here." Mufasa looks at Taka. Taka explodes. "I was supposed to be king. Sarabi was supposed to love me. Our parents were supposed to trust me. You took everything. You ruined my whole life." And with that, Kiros attacks. Mufasa takes off running. Kiros corners him at the edge of a cliff, but Mufasa outsmarts him and sends Kiros tumbling into it, buying himself some time. He climbs to the highest point and lets out the loudest roar he's ever done. Every animal in Milele comes running. A giraffe speaks up. "Why would we die for your fight? This isn't our problem." Mufasa looks at all of them and says, "They came here for me today, but after I'm gone, you think they won't come for you next? If you don't stand with me right now, Milele is finished." Every single animal steps up. They all charge Kiros's army together and start tearing through them. But 3 lionesses jump Mufasa from above, and he falls into a deep dark pit, complete darkness all around. He calls out for Taka, but Taka just walks away. Mufasa is alone in the dark. Then Kiros bursts out from behind a waterfall and they go at it again. Kiros is winning. He's bigger, stronger, and just overpowering Mufasa. Taka watches from the shadows. Then memories start flooding back. Him and Mufasa as little kids, running, laughing, goofing off together. He gets emotional, and just as Kiros is one move away from ending Mufasa for good, Taka jumps in. Mufasa is saved. But Taka takes a deep cut right across his eye. Now the 2 brothers fight Kiros together. Outside, Kiros's army is starting to overpower the animals. But then Rafiki chants something powerful. The ground shakes. The earth splits wide open and several lionesses fall in. The whole mountain starts coming apart. Mufasa's throne rises up from the rubble. A massive boulder crashes down into the water where Mufasa and Kiros are still fighting. As Kiros charges at Mufasa for the final blow, Mufasa shoves him directly under the falling rock. It crushes Kiros. He's gone. For good. Mufasa floats up to the surface, barely breathing. Taka grabs him and pulls him out. Sarabi runs over. Taka looks at her, then quietly turns and walks away. All the animals of Milele bow down before Mufasa and accept him as their king. Rafiki smiles and says, "One more thing is waiting for you." Mufasa turns around, and his mom is standing right there. He runs to her and just holds on. After everything, after all those years, his dream is real. Then Taka comes back. The animals want him gone, banished. But Mufasa doesn't send him away. He just says quietly, "From this day forward, nobody speaks that name." And just like that, Taka gives himself a new name, Scar. The villain we grew up watching in The Lion King was once just a broken, jealous brother who could never outrun his own pain. Mufasa takes his throne and lets out a roar that shakes all of Milele. We come back out of the flashback. Rafiki wraps up his story. Simba walks in with Nala and Kiara's baby brother. Kiara completely loses it with joy when she sees him. And on that beautiful note, the story ends.